welcome to Monday night's episode of the Blitz Pickup. I don't even know if we have a lot to talk about at this point because I don't know if anybody else is still frustrated, but I am. We're going to do a game recap as Miami falls to 0-2, and I have some questions for the guys because there's a lot of blame game going around, and I want to know their opinion on who they're blaming. Let's just bring them up.
Jess, you already know who I'm blaming, so I don't even know why you got to ask me the question.
I'm just saying.
I'm blaming you for predicting we was gonna win. Because apparently it don't have nothing to do with the players on the field. So, Lou, my bad. Tank and Fire. Who you blaming for this one?
Tank.
I'm blaming. First of all, good evening, Jess. Tone, what's good?
Lou, what's good?
I'm blaming two people. One person that makes a song, I guess, and sings in the background, and I'm also blaming another person that says they wouldn't throw the ball to Julian Hill on that last play. Those are the two people I'm blaming.
Okay, I see what we got going on. Hey, listen, man. First of all, y'all already know y'all was here yesterday. Y'all saw our live reactions. Right? It's going to get a little bit more lit today. But before we do that, man, shout out to y'all in the building already. I see Marino's GOAT. Mike Williams, shout out to you. I see what you did in there. He put cut Tua, turn the ball over. I read it. So, hey, listen, Lou, you know who this is. I believe this is Mark. We met earlier in the space. Shout out to you, Mark.
Yeah, hey, salute to Mike and Mark. Both of y'all hit the like button and subscribe, man, if you're new, man.
Yep, that's a fact. We already know True Fin fan. He said, I was the one who paid for the plane with the sign. You're welcome. Lou might disagree.
Now, Tone, real quick before we keep mentioning anybody in the chat. I see the homie Greg down there, and look at this, Tone. Greg said the Bucks just scored on a screenplay. He was just ready to let me know, and it's funny. I guess the Buccaneer coach should be fired for calling the screenplay. I guess.
Oh, I see my arch nemesis in the chat already. I see you ready to throw down. King Mills, shout out. King Mills, shout out, man. Hey, give me a count on my nicknames, King Mills, because you know what I'm saying? I haven't got a new nickname yet.
Can we go backwards elaborate on who your arch nemesis is?
I'm gonna get to it in a minute.
Okay.
Look at you. You ready? The guy, dog. Brad Boss, 818. I don't want to hear any excuses for Tua. Brad Boss, you came to the right. Well, maybe you came to the right place. Tone and Lou, King Mill say Tone and Lou on the Super Bowl. That's right. That's why they late. What? My arch name is right here. Jess. I don't see defense or special team on the option list. Well, we got a poll in the chat.
We do.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen, man. Y'all vote on the poll. Y'all make sure y'all vote on the poll, man. Whoa, Tua is. We already got 21 votes.
It's gonna be my bestie.
Huh?
Like, what kind of mess is that?
First of all, this is why he my arch nemesis. At Tony, Tua made it further in September than Joe Burrow. Let's talk about it. Yo, you couldn't wait. I say this, even though he might miss the rest of the season, he still had more full seasons than Tua did. So let's talk about that. If you want to talk, I'm just saying. Mark Brown say we in here. Vamos Gato. Shout out to Vamos Gato. We're not gonna read that name, but Tua sucks. The end. All right, man. Listen, 26 of y'all already in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and man, listen, y'all ready to talk about it or what we doing, y'all?
I'm ready to talk about it. I don't know about Lou, but maybe Lou's not.
Lou might be writing down who else he gonna blame for this L that we about to take. But Lou, you still there, Lou?
Yeah. I'm here. I'm ready to get started. Yeah.
That's what we got.
All right. So for those of you that weren't here yesterday, we were live. We had our live reactions throughout the whole game. I did hear in a space today, Rashad had said that he's got a screenshot of me and Tone just looking defeated, looking down, looking defeated. And I kind of want that screenshot just because I want to know what I really look like.
I'm gonna reach out to screenshot to see if it was really that bad, man.
But we probably, I don't even want to say we were surprised that we were going to lose. I know you two had called it. I had flipped the switch because I called that we were going to lose against Indy, and I was trying to be supportive because so I don't want to say we were surprised or anything like that, but there's been a lot of, I don't want to say blame game, but it's the offensive line's fault. It's McDaniel's fault. It's Tua's fault. Anthony Weaver's fault. Hell, even the plane that said fire Greer, fire McDaniel, that plane is at fault that we lost yesterday. So who are y'all blaming? Because I know who I'm blaming, but I wanna start with y'all. Either one of y'all want to go off.
Lou, you want to take off? You want me to go first, Lou?
No, go ahead, Tom. Take off.
Well, before Lewis start blaming everybody and their mama, I'm gonna be 100 because y'all know we about to light a couple of individuals up. I'm gonna be 100. It's the entire team fault. I would give y'all that. I know that's easy to say. That's probably cliche, but listen, we had blunders on a special team. We returned one and then give one up on the kickoff, right? That's like, what are we doing? We take one step forward and 10 steps backwards.
I told you not to be delusional. I'm clipping that. I'm gonna go back and I'm clipping that because you were so hyped.
No.
Lou was like, "Oh, we back." I'm like, "Don't get delusional now, Tone."
Well, I mean, listen. Shout out to my main man Malik Washington. I know we understand the failures of this team, the downfall of this team. We understand. Going in, me and Lou had this team at 9-8. That was our prediction. After week 1, I think I dropped it down to 7-10. But now I don't know. I might have to apologize to all of the guys that was out there saying that this is a 4-5 win team. We might owe them apologies. I'm just have to keep it real. But what I would say is, special teams, failure. Offense, failures. Defense, horrible. Now, I would say the worst unit on the field yesterday was the defense. Hands down, without question. Week 1, we lit the offense up for having 2 turnovers in the first 8 plays. We were down 17, and we were like, bro, you cannot, even though the defense played like trash, you cannot even too much blame them because, bro, they was put in a horrible position. That wasn't the case yesterday. It wasn't. So, I'm sorry. The defense was the worst unit. I will put that majority of the game, I'll say, on the defense. But, however, I'll tell you our biggest flaw. Our biggest flaw is none other than Tua Tagovailoa. We understand that because I know we're going to talk about the good. Let's talk about the good. First of all, he started off horrible. Let's not forget about that interception, right? They called it back. Defense was offside. It was offset and penalty, so he got lucky with that one. And then he proceeded to play a nice, efficient game in the second and third quarter, and even the beginning of the fourth quarter. But what were we saying up here? What was I saying, matter of fact? Tua, do not fail when we need you the most. This is the worst time to fail right now when we need you the most because you're not killing any narratives. Shout out to the homie Mark. I see this is first time in here. He was in a space. My first time interacting with him. And he hit the nail on the coffin when he said, what's Tua's problem? Injuries and inconsistency. Those are our 2 biggest things that we have an issue with Tua. Inconsistency. Bro, not coming through in the clutch. I don't care about what everyone says about whatever. He had an opportunity to win the game, and he failed us. And you know who else? Mike McDaniel. I'm going to blame you. I know Lewis don't like this. I'm going to blame you every time Tua fail. I'm going to bring Mike McDaniel up because guess what? You vouched for him. You did. You vouched for Tua. So whenever he failed, you remember you went up there to our owner and said, nah, I think I can win with him. You went over our GM head and said, nah, we could give him an extension because I could get more out of him. So, yes, Tua and Mike McDaniel, I'm putting most of the game on those 2. So, there you have it. That's who I'm blaming. Lou, you can take off.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna cut to the point. Yeah, it's Tua's fault. Yeah, I don't want to hear about special teams. I don't want to hear about defense. I don't want to. They were trash, right? I'm not saying they weren't trash. What I'm saying is, with all that trash in between, right? It's like at the end of the day, the Dolphins had the ball last, down 6. The guy kicks the ball off to Miami. It don't reach the zone or whatever that is. The new kickoff rule.
Mhm.
They start the drive at the 40-yard line with a minute 47 in a timeout.
Yeah.
What I don't like is, again, we'll highlight the defense, we'll highlight the special teams, we'll highlight all kind of stuff. And I just posed the question: how many times have we watched football games in years past, and we're like, oh, they gave Patrick Mahomes the ball with too much time. They gave Josh Allen. They gave Josh Allen the ball too much. Oh, Tom Brady. They messed up. Tom Brady. Now I'm gonna ask everybody a question in here on the chat. Tone, Jess, we got the ball with a minute 47. Y'all felt comfortable with Tua Tagovailoa?
No. Maybe we got to be honest. No.
That's the answer. All that being said, again, I agree. Defense was trash. Special teams trash. If Tua and the offense never got a chance to respond and win the game, y'all got the argument. And fortunately for me, I'm on the right side of this debate. They had a chance, and they failed. And Tony, you just said it, and things that we've been preaching to this community for years, Tone, already. I don't care what the game looks like. I don't care what it is. At the end of the day, do you have a chance to win? And when the team needs you the most, you got to be the best player, because that's what we're paying you for. You're supposed to be the leader.
Well, give me a second, dude. I'm sorry. I really cut you off. I'll let you get.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Can you? Cap for Life says 13% chance for an 0-2 team to make the playoffs. Cap for
playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
My Mars, if Cap says another dumb Cap, what are we? Cap, I think that deserves a timeout, bro. You come in here and you gonna talk about playoffs after watching this team, and we don't care about no 13%. What is the percent of us winning the next game against Buffalo? Give us that percentage. What is the percentage of us even making the playoff with Tua at quarterback? We gonna talk about? Nah, don't do that, Cap. Sorry, Lou, but I'm sorry. I usually that one. Nah, we not doing that, bro. Get out of here with that, bro. Go ahead, Lou, man. Playoff.
Well, virtually, Tone, Jess, I was done. Like I said, bro, I'm not trying to hear nothing. I told y'all it's gonna be a rude awakening, at least for me, this whole season. Because while y'all are sitting there arguing about owners making money and general managers missing picks and head coaches that don't know how to scheme up nothing, I'm gonna be telling y'all the real problem all season. Like I've been telling y'all, it's Tua. He was the problem when we drafted him. He was the problem when he said you can't talk to people like that. He was the problem when he walked in the ownership and said it's him or me. He's the problem. He's the problem. He's the problem. Y'all can change whatever y'all want. Again, we've seen it. I said it in the Twitter space earlier, Tone. Flores gone. McDaniel's going to be gone. Chris Greer's going to be gone. Danny Crossman got fired. Wes Welker's gone. Vic Fangio is gone. There's a common denominator in all those guys. There's one person that still's here, and I keep saying one because I want y'all to understand our one problem here is Tua Tagovailoa. So all that other stuff, again, is cute. I'll let y'all debate on that and argue on that and go get PFF grades and EPAs and pie charts, skin graphs, and all the other stuff y'all like to play with. Tua Tagovailoa is our issue.
Jess, you asked us the question. What you think? Who you think was to blame for that?
Oh, everybody in the building. I'm not going to call them a team because they're not a team. They're just a whole bunch of people that work there. There are a bunch of people that got paid, got contracts. They don't know how to work together, for one. Nor does it seem like they want to work together. And in real life, all of us have to work with people that we don't like every day. And we somehow manage to do it, but they get paid 200-something million, 50 million, 75 million, and they can't make it work. So everybody that's on the field, on the sidelines. I'm blaming everybody in the building. Everybody. You walked in, you're part of the problem.
Absolutely, Jess, and like Tony said, right, Jess, keep cooking. I just have to cut you off for a minute. I agree, but a soft defense, no matter how good a quarterback is, it will always be an issue. Okay, cool. I'm not even saying for other teams, because I believe this is Mark. Mark, if you made this argument for other teams, I ain't got no issue. But can we stop with this argument right here? Because the team that's in our division that's been beating us up for, 6 years now, Buffalo, week 1, had a defense that didn't get off the bus. They gave up 40 points to Buffalo. I don't know if you noticed, Mark, they're 2-0. So that means that game that their defense gave up 40. Now what's crazy is, Tone, our defense hasn't gave up 40 this year.
Nope.
We gave up 33. Yep. I watched the team give up 40 and still win the game. How's that work?
Maybe the offense pick up the slack. You got some games where your defense are going to go. I mean, the defense been horrendous. All right. So I would say this, and Lou, you can have it back after this, right? Man, it's ebbs and flows of the game. It happens in every game. All I need is an opportunity to win a game, and I want our highest paid player with the ball in their hands. That's all I need. Like, if you're going to pay a guy that type of money, you give him that opportunity to lose point earlier. If that's Joe Burrow, that's Patrick Mahomes, if that's Jaden Daniels, if that Matthew Stafford. If that's one of those guys, you like, hey, that might be a little bit too much time on the clock. Josh Allen, we're looking at that like, oh man, I don't know. They may have scored a little too early. You see teams when they're about to score, just based on the amount of time on the clock, they might stop at the 1 or 2 yard line just to waste more time out, just to not give that guy an opportunity. And I'm sorry, when you have that guy making, I'm not going to say the 212 million, the 163 they guaranteed them. When your guy is making $163 million, you need to be one of those guys, because I get it. I see the chat and y'all trying to, especially my dog QQ, shout out. You said you was going to be here. You weren't going to run for the smoke, even though your dog looked bad, right? However, if you getting paid like one of them guys, I need you to execute like one of them guys, because what those guys do, the Josh Allen, the Lamar Jacksons of the world, right? And especially the Joe Burrows, the Patrick Mahomes of the world, even Joe Burrow, you give them more time on the clock, more often than not, they're going to deliver you a victory. More often than not. And I'm sorry.
Now, you see, Tone, real quick. You see, now Q, and Q's my God. The other day, he was in here and he was talking about the agenda that we have, right? Now you can keep this comment, right? But I just want to go back to a comment real quick.
Yeah.
This is the one I was looking for right here. How do you expect to win a fight with one arm? Very good point. Very good point, Tone. Now, let me show you where the hypocrisy comes in, and let me show you where the agenda comes in. So how do you want Mike McDaniel to coach a team with one arm? Because that's what Tua is. He's a one-arm quarterback. And when I mean one arm, it's not that he has just one arm. He's throwing with his left. But all these guys you mentioned, Tone, the Josh Allens, the Patrick Mahomes, I don't know if y'all watched the Philly game yesterday. He was running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Patrick Mahomes was. Yes, he was.
Running around making plays, right? Lamar Jackson running around, making plays, extending plays, doing things like that. Now, Tua Tagovailoa don't have that option. He don't bring that level to the game, right? That's a limitation of his. He can only beat you one way. And that, again, look at the comment. How can you win a fight with one arm? Well, how, from a coaching perspective, if your quarterback is so limited that he can only do one thing and he can't do multiple things or other things, how do you want him to be the best coach that he can be? How do you want him to coach again, or call all these routes and concepts and different things of if Tua can't do it? Tua came out yesterday after the game and basically said he had to tell Tyreek, hey, stop. If you're running past somebody, stop, because I can't get you the ball there. Does that sound like a general manager problem?
Talk about it.
Does that sound like a head coaching problem? That sounds like a limited quarterback that came out in front of the media and said, my limitations will not let me push the ball downfield, but you want me to blame Mike McDaniel. Again, Tone, Jess, again, it didn't take that long for me to use my famous quotes. What the hell am I supposed to do with that?
I think that's more of a question for Q. That's all I'm saying.
So, Lou, I got a question for you then. I'm going to kind of sneak
absolutely.
this a little bit, right? So, of course, there are still people out there that defend Tua. And apparently we'll go to the odds and ends of the earth to do so. So what do you say to the people that will still defend him based off of his numbers yesterday? The defense giving up plays, special teams playing like shit, whatever. If we're breaking down the numbers, Tua was 26 for 32, 315 yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. What do you say to the people that say he played well?
I will tell those people stats and numbers don't matter. The same thing, Jess, that I was telling them same people before I met you. The same thing I was telling those people before I met Tone. The same thing I've been telling these people a lot before I met a lot of y'all. Bro, stats and numbers can be deceiving, Jess. We say it all the time. The fact of the matter is, if me and you, Jess, are sitting here and having a debate, you can go get numbers to support my argument. Or I can go get numbers to support my argument. Then on the other hand, Jess, you can go get numbers to support your argument. So now you have numbers, I have numbers. Now it's even, right? Where it's even Steven at that point, Jess. Now, what do we go back on? The eye in the sky don't lie. We'll be breaking down the film on Wednesday. Let's go back and analyze the game. Well, like I just told you, again, the defense was terrible. Cool, I get it. I understand it. The defense don't get a pass. Anthony Weaver, I'm looking at you sideways. I'm looking at everybody on that defense sideways. The special teams, it was good for a moment, had Tony cheering. The next moment, Tony was sad because they gave it up. We understand all that happened, Jess. It still doesn't change the fact with 1:47, 1 timeout, starting your drive at your 40, Tua Tagovailoa in this offense, down 6, had a chance to win this game. So as bad as the defense played and as bad as the special teams played, you're the highest paid player on your team, the guy that has a C on his chest, the guy that says accountability, it starts with me. I gotta be better. Everything we've heard, he didn't get the job done. On the last drive, a run out of bounds on a 3rd and 9, a sack, and an interception.
Cat dog.
What am I supposed to do with that? I'm still talking about the defense. Now, again, this is the problem I have, Jess, Tone. Let's say Tua Tagovailoa and that offense with 1:47, 1 timeout. They come out and they drive down the field. They score a touchdown. In them spaces that we were in today and on this show, do you think we're talking about the defense?
Nope.
Are we talking about Mike McDaniel's coaching flaws?
Nope.
How about the special teams?
Nope.
Q, Gameboy 305, and everybody else in this chat, Batman included. Oh, did you see the GOAT? Did you see Tua? Did you see this? But when he fails, it's everybody else. I'm not trying to hear these arguments no more. Again, it's going to be, I know we got a show to do. I know a lot of the times we pose these questions and stuff like that. I'm here to tell you, breaking news, Jazz Tone, the same answer is going to be until we get this kid off this team. Tua Tagovailoa is our problem.
Did you read this one, Lou? He said, Lou, por favor, which phrase showed up yesterday? You talk about defense, offensive, special teams.
Again, none of them showed up. They were all bad. What I'm saying is, Q, you're not listening. The special teams was bad during the game. The defense was bad during the game. They had a chance to win. They had the ball in. Let me ask you a question. Forget about that. Jess Tone, let me ask you a question. The head coach is an offensive guy, offensive coordinator. The highest paid player on the team is the quarterback member. Heaviest is the head that wears the crown. The best player on the team offensively is a $30 million wide receiver in Tyreek Hill. Y'all want the defense in that position at the end of the game? Or would you rather have Tua, Mike McDaniel, and Tyreek Hill on the field trying to win the game? Which one would y'all rather have?
I would rather have the highest paid player on our team, along with the highest paid non-quarterback on our team, which would be Tyreek Hill. So yes, I want that offense on the field.
And the fact of the matter is, they had the ball with 1:47, one timeout at their 40, starting the possession, and that unit failed. Point blank, period. Forget about all that other stuff in the middle of the game. All you got to know is the last drive. And the last drive, Tony said it best earlier today in the Twitter space. When we need you the most, show up. Tony said it yesterday during the game. When we need you the most, to show up. He did it. He fell. He fell flat on his face.
Yep. Q, I got you, bro. I got one more for you because I see you. You know, I knew you was gonna defend him. He said, "I know we in the business of bashing Tua, but at least talk ball." Let's talk ball. Talk about the game, man. I got you. So I'll tell you this, right? There's ebbs and flow of the game. I said this earlier. Your defense aren't gonna play perfect, and we shouldn't expect Tua to play perfect. I hope you feel like I'm being fair, all right, with that part. Hope you feel like I'm being fair. We shouldn't expect Tua to be perfect. We shouldn't expect the defense to be perfect. We shouldn't expect the special team to be perfect. Complementary football. So when it comes to complementary football, let's not expect everyone to be perfect. So you have bad plays on offense, bad plays on defense, bad plays on special teams. This is where I say, let's keep it real. So you say complementary football. I just went back just for the sake of, looking and see, right, when Miami kicked the field goal, right, in the third quarter, the Patriots, the defense, they came back and got a touchdown to take the lead at 23-20. Remember that, 23-20. There was only 3 minutes left in the third quarter. The very next possession, Miami punted the ball. 5 plays, 16 yards, punt. That drive, after they went 5 plays, 16-yard punt, our defense forced them to punt. Right? Our defense forced them to punt. So you tell me if that's the defense doing their job. We ran a punt return back. Right? We ran a punt return back. Cool. The ensuing kickoff, we let them get a kickoff return back. Cool. We're not putting that on defense. We're putting that on special team. This is what we say complementary football. All right, I need you to pick me up. So at this point, it's 30-27, right? The very next drive, Tua throws an interception. The very next drive, he throws an interception. Okay, cool. Let me tell you what that defense did after just stopping them after having a bad game. This is in the crunch time. Fourth quarter. You need a 3-and-out. You need this because you're down, right? You know what they forced them? 4 plays, 3 yards, and they give them a field goal. 4 plays, 3 yards. They started at Miami 36-yard line. So they was already in field goal position. That defense held them to a field goal. So now we down 33-27. What are we doing there? You down 6 points. Down 6 points. You put the game in your quarterback hand with an opportunity after everything went down. After everyone started doing bad. Everyone did bad. We started to get into the game, get a rhythm and a flow. We got to stop. You understand? We got a special team score. Now it's time for the nitty-gritty. Our quarterback, 7 plays, 23 yards, turnover on downs. So if we're going to blame everyone, right, and we're going to be fair, let's really be fair then. I'm just saying, we're not going to blame the defense for not being perfect. We're not going to blame Tua for not being perfect. Hell, we're not even going to blame the special team for not being perfect, right? But what I'm saying is, when the game, with all that's happening, with the game on the line, the defense showed up. After having a terrible beginning, we get them. But they showed up. They gave you 2 stops, and after the turnover, they gave you 3-and-out, make them force them to get the field goal. How many times we say, hey, listen, I understand that Tua going to make interceptions or it might be a fumble. I understand that. But defense, can you at least hold them to a field goal sometimes? Don't always give up a touchdown. So you mean to tell me in the fourth quarter, your defense gave you 2 stops back-to-back and a red zone stop? What are we doing? Now, offense, ball in your hand. The
Absolutely.
most paid team players on the league, on our team is on offense. Ball in y'all court. We all started off terrible, right? You get the offense. Cool. He throws the screen. A-Chan breaks down. We think he's going crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm talking trash to Jess. I'm talking trash to Lewis. A-Chan stepped out of bounds. That's not Tua's fault for A-Chan stepping out of bounds. That isn't. That's not his fault. But guess what? You got the ball now in the red zone. You have 4 more plays to run. And he sit down his leg. So if we want to be 100, you say you want to talk ball. Let's talk ball. Let's talk about how everyone failed and then how everyone, you know what I'm saying, had an opportunity to make up for it at the end of the game. Right? And I seen a defense that struggled the whole entire game step up when we need them the most. That's all I'm saying. I get it, Nene, but at least I'm putting that content out for everyone else that has, or they look at Q and they want to talk ball and they think we just going to slander Tua. It's not a Tua slandering channel. This is being 100 channel, right? Cool. But I do understand. Now, guess what? You don't have to put it all on Tua, because you know what? Mike McDaniel, and I don't know if it's Mike McDaniel or Tua, I don't care, because they were throwing each other under the bus. Bro, we played out worse on that last drive. You had the procedural penalties, right? You had a false start penalty, you know, and then you got all this stuff going on. All I'm saying is there still was opportunities to be had. That's all I'm saying.
Tone, the easiest way to say it, I can't find Billy Batson his comment. And again, bro, me and Billy usually don't agree on a lot of things. He said it spot on in the chat. He said it spot on. I couldn't say it better myself. When the Dolphins win, well, he didn't say it like this, but I'm just, so the people in the chat, if you can't find his comment. He said, it's Tua wins, it's the Fins when we lose. And he's spot on. When the Dolphins win, all you hear is Tua, 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 Tua when the Dolphins win. That's all you hear. When the Dolphins lose, it's the defense, it's the special teams coordinator, it's what Mike McDaniel. There it is.
Tua wins, the Dolphins lose.
That's what it is. And that's exactly what it is. See, when the Dolphins lose, everybody's worried about the defense. They're worried about what Mike McDaniel's doing. They're worried about what Christopher Greer is eating in the press box. But when the Dolphins win, oh, did you see Tua? Oh my God, that throw. Oh, you see what I'm saying? It's the hypocrisy at its finest. Again, bro, no one is trying to take away the defense played like dog shit yesterday or for the season. They've been atrocious. No one's taking that away. Right? And in week 1, this would be a better argument. I'm sorry, bro. When you have paid your quarterback and you have identified him as supposed to be the leader of your team, that's why I posed the question early, Jess, Tone. Patrick Mahomes in that situation, we all have a different feeling. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, take your pick, whoever your guy is. Tua Tagovailoa got the ball yesterday at his own 40 with 1:47, and nobody in this community had faith that we were winning the game. And you want me to go blame everybody else?
Hold on, Lou. Ali said, kill the like button. 55 watch. Well, now it's 57 of y'all watching. Only 26 likes. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Matter of fact, if it's y'all first time over here, 58 of y'all now. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Y'all know when you come over here, you're going to get the honest assessment. Truth. We're not going to sugarcoat anything. Listen, when it's painful when it feels painful hearing what we're saying, that means we giving y'all the cold hard truth. Because the truth hurts. Right? The ones that are true fans of this team, if you watch, y'all can just watch, and I get it, right? Sometimes you watch the game, and I apologize to them a couple of times. I'm like, listen, I understand that we're supposed to not want to win. I get it. I know, but I can't take away my fandom. I couldn't help but talk trash to Lou, and I even called that. Well, I'm about to call. I even called Tua my quarterback, and I said H-Chan. Right? So I'm just trying to say, we come over here. You get the honest truth. We're fans of this team, but we're not liars for this team. We're not enablers. So we are going to tell y'all the cold hard truths. But yeah, go ahead, Lou. My bad. And make sure y'all hit that like button, man, and subscribe. Subscribe, man. Road to 700.
Nah. Again, Tone, I'm done. Like I said, bro, for me, y'all gonna say I'm biased, this, that, and the third, and I see CCRR in here. I'm not upset. Bro, I've come out and I finally said it publicly. I don't want this team to win. I want Chris Greer up out of here. I want Mike McDaniel up out of here. I want Tua up out of here. I want a lot of guys, to be honest, up out of here. And the only way we do that is by losing games. So I'm not upset that we lost. But since we do have to do a show up here and we have to talk, I'm just going to give you my opinion. I get it, bro. I'm not in the business no more. We have fired coaches on both sides of the ball. We have tried everything except move off from the quarterback. And I got to keep it 100. He is the biggest problem to me. So, nah, bro. I told you and Jess, Tone, every time we have these debates and every time this question comes up, who to blame, this, that, and the third, my answer is going to be the same. I'm not wavering. It's Tua Tagovailoa. I'm not going to enable him no more. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. Again, Tone, we were in Twitter spaces all day. We've seen people arguing, trying to defend. Again, it's not about the person who says it, right? But there's a tweet that's out there and it says, well, I don't blame the quarterback on the last play because I wanted to throw the ball to Julian Hill. That's an excuse. Forget about who put out the tweet. Forget about who said it. It's the fact that that's what came to your mind. Nah, bro, I'm not defending that no more. I'm sorry. Tua got to go. He got to go. He is an issue. He's been an issue, bro. He's holding this team back. I'm sorry. My blame 100%. I don't care what no one says. Respectfully, I don't care what the chat or the poll says in there neither. I'm not saying I don't want the poll, but I'm saying I could care less what the poll even says. Because I seen what the question was. The answer should be Tua. If the poll is anything but Tua, if it's not 100% Tua, then I don't know what the hell y'all are thinking. The answer here is Tua. He's a problem.
Do you want to know the current percentage on the poll?
What's the percentage?
Right now, Tua's at 69%, Mike McDaniel at 17%, and Chris Greer at 14%. So there definitely are people that are not going to blame Tua. Standing by him makes no sense at all.
I get everyone. You're going to have the people that come out and defend them. What I would say, listen, for the ones that just 100% just defend Tua, are y'all keeping it real? Are y'all going to talk ball? Are y'all going to understand what football goes through? Because if we're going to go based off a defense giving up 33 points and not getting stops and all that, right? What about when what's his name? Patrick Mahomes got the ball with 13 seconds left down. Josh Allen did way more than enough to win. But Patrick Mahomes went out there in 13 seconds and delivered the victory. What we going to say? We're going to blame Josh Allen for not doing enough? No, you're going to give Patrick Mahomes credit for pulling the victory out. Right? Lamar Jackson. Just earlier, when they played Kansas City. Not Kansas City, sorry. Who they just lost to with the firm? Buffalo. They did enough. We did way more than enough to beat the Buffalo Bills. What happens? Derrick Henry fumbles the ball. Buffalo takes advantage of it, and they pull out the victory. So for all the ones that want to defend Tua and say, oh, the defense gave up that, the defense gave up this, okay, cool. But those quarterbacks don't complain. Those quarterbacks, when you give opportunity, they gave Josh Allen an opportunity, and he made them pay. No one is talking about how many points Buffalo gave up. What was the final score? Did anybody remember the final score of that game? Of the Buffalo Bills and
who, the Ravens?
And the Ravens. What was
I believe it was 41-40.
Yeah.
41-40. I'm sorry. No one was complaining about Buffalo giving up 40 points. Because Josh Allen and the offense put up 41. Because they gave him an opportunity at the end of the game to win. And if we're in here, right, and our quarterback does something like that, we're not talking about, the defense gave up 33 points. All we're talking about is how Tua pulled off that victory. These are facts. Because, again, that's what they're doing right now in the league. On these comebacks, you see what happened. So, all I want, can we keep the same energy? That's all I'm saying. Can we keep the same energy? Because if we want our quarterback to get all the grades and we want to point out, what happened, and you want to say, let's talk about the whole game. Let's talk about the entirety of the game. Let's talk about, yes, people make mistakes, but if you have an opportunity to atone for those mistakes at the end of the game, that's all that really matters. That's the only thing that really matters. And if you follow me and you understand how I judge my team and how I judge players, I say, bro, at the end of the game, give me a guy that don't give you all the glitz and glamour when it comes to stats. But anytime you need him in the clutch, he comes up. You know who don't give you glitz and glamour with the stats, but you put that guy in clutch, he shows up. Y'all want me to give you the perfect example? Jalen Hurts. There's still argument. That man been to 2 Super Bowls, won one. And there's still arguments of whether he's even a top 10 quarterback. Because he doesn't give you the glitz and the glamour, and he don't blow you out the water with stats. But you know what he do? The boy show up when it's crunch time. In crunch time, you ain't got to worry about Jalen Hurts showing up. Especially in the big games. If you go look at the first Super Bowl, he outplayed Mahomes. If you go look at the second Super Bowl, he outplayed Mahomes. That boy shows up when you need him the most. That's all I'm asking for a quarterback.
That's a fact. And Tone, this next comment I'm going to highlight it comes from a guy I think me and you both rock with. True Fin fan. I don't hide. Yes, Tua is the problem, but McDaniel to me is as bad as I ever seen, and both must go. And I'm not going to disagree. Mike McDaniel has to go. I just want to know, though, what could Mike McDaniel have done yesterday different? That's the question I would have. Because you know what's crazy? Tone, me, you, and Jess even said it yesterday when we were calling the game, right? Wasn't there a point in time that Tua was playing very well?
Yes, in the game, yes.
So again, when Tua was executing and making good throws, this, that, and the third, was Mike McDaniel doing a good job?
To me, he was. I don't know about these people that's not going to be real with you, but yes, he was.
Okay, so when Tua threw the interception to, again, double coverage, right, with a guy on the outlet that was wide open, we're blaming McDaniel for that? Was that a bad play call?
Nope, that wasn't a bad play call. You didn't hear wide open.
So when I see that Mike McDaniel is the problem, again, he's a problem. Yes, he's not a leader of men. He has to go. Mike McDaniel didn't do anything to cost us a game because, again, when A-Chain is matched up one-on-one in the first half with a linebacker coming out of the field, right, catches a ball and takes it for our first touchdown, that's a great play call. You know who designed that play?
Mike
McDaniel. You know who schemed up that matchup for A-Chain to be one-on-one with a linebacker? You know who schemed that up?
Mike McDaniel.
So when the players execute, we don't hear no credit for Mike McDaniel. Not one person today, Tone, in a Twitter space, right? Not one person on this YouTube channel has said anything about Mike McDaniel and the route concepts that he was running yesterday, how creating schemes and matchups and this, that, and not one person has given that man credit for none of that. but we give him the blame because Tua's throwing in the double coverage.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
this is what a true Fin fan. I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just saying, like, again, and you can put it in the chat, True. What could Mike McDaniel have done yesterday to win us the game?
To Q's credit, he did bring up the concepts that he said he never seen Mike McDaniel run those concepts, so he did give him credit. But for the game plan, I would say that for Q, not true fan. But Game Boy 305 to my
Whenever you're done, I have 2 things to say.
Okay, Game Boy. This is gonna be quick then. Game Boy 305. He's to my Jalen Hurts comment. He said he has Barkley and a perfect team. Can you give me the running backs? The first Super Bowl he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. Just give me the names of the running backs. I'll wait. Go ahead, Jess.
One, I was gonna say it doesn't matter. Yes, Mike McDaniel needs to leave, but in the end of it all, there's a market for Mike McDaniel. He's gonna go somewhere. It may not be right away. He's gonna go somewhere. There is no market for Tua because he's fucking trash. Anyways. Just want to make sure that's clear. So yes, everybody can blame Mike McDaniel. I blame him too. I want him off the team. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, Mike McDaniel has done more positive things in my eyes than Tua has. That's just it. Second, that comment by my supposedly bestie, that they have a perfect team. The Eagles are not perfect. Jalen Hurts does not have a perfect team. They have a mindset. One thing that was very obvious after the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts said that was last year. He did not care. They won the Super Bowl. They got a ring. They did the whole thing, whatever. But he said that was last year. Now is this year. He did the same thing when they lost in the Super Bowl. That was last year. Now let's focus on this year. We don't have that. We don't have that mindset. We don't have those people that have that mindset that they want to do better and better and better every day or every game or every week.
Jess, what did you say the Eagles got?
What?
Well, no, you just said it.
What? They got a mindset, a different mindset.
God damn it. I like the way you do business.
They are built different. They show up when it's needed.
And that's the point. That is the point.
Together.
Our team had the opportunity to do the same thing. Would y'all agree? Our team had the opportunity to show up when needed. And for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
At just so bench Tua. So for me, I look at it and I say, well, God dog. In the crunch time, we look like we're starting to get together. We just needed that last bit of getting us over the hump, which is our offense coming through at the end. And it didn't. That don't absolve everyone else for how bad they played. But as a fan of watching this team and also someone that played the sport and understand the sport, I understand we forget about all that if they just pull through. Because you know what? When we beat the Jets, they had to pull through in overtime. No one complained how we made Aaron Rodgers look like the Aaron Rodgers of old. All we talked about was, oh, y'all seen how Tua brought the team back? Dropped that perfect dime to Jonnu Smith to end the game in overtime? That's all we talked about. So all I'm saying is let's keep the same energy. That's all I'm saying. And we could be honest without, telling a bunch of lies. Goes back to my question. Football is 3 phases. Who showed up? I just gave you who showed up. In the crunch time, the defense showed up. That's who showed up. We had the special team showed up, but then they gave up a point. The return team showed up. Now the coverage team they gave up a return. So all I'm saying is,
I think you can go back and argue too that football's 3 phases. Who didn't show up? In every phase, somebody didn't show up.
Right.
And it moved. It was fluctuating, and that's okay. But it's
first thing that I said. So when you go like that and you're looking at it, it's like, well, when you say show up, what do you mean? Did they play a perfect game? No, by any chance. By any stretch of the imagination, no, neither phase played a perfect game. and you don't expect your special team to go in and give up a kickoff return. You don't. But you also not banking on them returning one. So to me, that cancels itself out. Right? And that's all I'm saying. When you say complementary football, that means all three phases. So once you start getting the ball rolling, you have to seal the deal. And the unit that was on the field that we needed to seal the deal just so happened to be the offense at the time. And I'm sorry, we can't give them no excuses for that. So that's all I'm saying. Oh, great. On Q, he said you like Tua so much. Ask for the Steelers to trade for Tua. Oh, shit. Craig in the chat said, there's a little smoke in the chat. I didn't even think of it I forgot Q was a Pittsburgh fan. Oh, man. He said he wished. But, no. I didn't.
From yesterday, but okay.
Say what? What you say?
It said shout out to Ramsey yesterday.
Oh, here we go, bro. We don't want to talk about no god doggone no Ramsey. And let me be clear. Let me be perfectly clear. And I don't know if you want to talk about this, right? Because he been throwing out the little tinfoil hat. That defense looked like trash. This is not a playoff defense. It hasn't. They have played like trash. They have been very underwhelming. They have been the most disappointing unit thus far. They have. So, but you know what the problem is? When we say that, no one has pushback. No one has, but you got to talk about, them giving stops in the clutch moment. They don't make those arguments. They don't. But, when we bring that to the forefront, then you're like, but, you want to talk about the points they gave up. It's funny how we could talk about any other unit, not even players. We could talk about any other unit and no one would give pushback and point out the positives and point out what they did right and point out how you can say that they weren't the problem and say, well, they did enough. But the minute we start talking about Tua, we got every excuse. And that's, to me, that's the issue there. That is the issue. Because we could come out here and say, bro, that front seven, I don't think no one in here think that they've been playing well. We don't give them no credit at all. None. But once you learn what type of team you got and you understand how you got to win, right? At what point do we take the full responsibility on the supposed to be leader of this team to do his job when you need him the most? Because at the end of the day, if we have to point out an individual and say, listen, the person that we need to carry us to victory, and if they have an opportunity in a moment, what player would that be? It should be a quarterback. Am I correct? The guy that get paid the most. What happened? When that defense that's been horrible, week one, the first team, I think, in history to allow a scoring drive on every drive. That was horrible. It was. You want to know what? Why we could say that and then say, well, let's point out the fact that Tua had 3 turnovers in that game. Imagine if Tua had just even this game. And that defense played like that. We're not out here crucifying Tua. We're not out here putting majority of the blame on Tua. We're like, man, he played an efficient game. Defense, can you get one stop? Please, give me one stop. But unfortunately, when you say complimentary football, when things go bad, it seems like we could always point to our quarterback and say, man, he has something to do with that. So that's all I'm saying. If we could criticize the defense without any pushback, I think we should be able. Well, we are going to do it regardless. We should be able to criticize Tua as well, and no one's point out everyone else's flaws. Because you know what? What do we say on this channel all the time? How come we never get our quarterback to go out there and say, "Man, this is on me," and not include anyone else? How come we can't get that? I gave y'all the example last episode when they tried to bait Cam Newton, a rookie. I mean, not Cam Newton, sorry, Cam Ward, a rookie, into blaming his offensive line for their horrible play. He refused to do that. He put everything on him. I took some bad sacks. I could have got the ball out quicker. I could have did a little bit more. And the man doubled down on the question. But, I mean, you can't. I mean, you got to say at least you could have used a little bit of help. Nah, man, play. What he said, that's not going to happen. Bad plays that come with the sport. But I got to do better. How come we can't have a leader like that? I'm trying to feel like it. How come our leader can't go out there and say, man, don't talk to me about what everyone else did wrong. I'm the leader of this team. Let's talk about what I did wrong and what I could have did better to help us win. And when you criticize your team back in that locker room, they respect you more. That's all I'm saying. A dude that go out there and take the bullet for his team, you come back here and say, man, come on, bro. I need you to do better on this. Come on, man. I need y'all to. I'm taking, I'm going to be like, you know what? You're right, bro. Because I understand, even though we could have did better, you ain't go out there and put that ownership on us. You went out there and, like, in true leader fashion, said, nah, this one on me. I have to do better. As the leader of this team, I can't take bad sacks. I can't throw the ball and double coverage. Quite sure everyone will understand a little bit more. But to Jess's point earlier, mindset. We talk about mindset. When you look at the mindset, that tells you all you need to know about the player. And again, remember, on this channel, we say mindset, mindset, mindset. These are facts. That's kind of crazy. Lou, matter of fact, what do y'all think, since we on there, what do y'all think about, let me ask Lou first, because Jess, she going at it with, I see you going at that chat. But Lou, what do you think about our quarterback? And now it look like both of they go, what do you think about now? It look like our quarterback and our coach throwing each other under the bus.
Yeah, it's a bad look all around, Tone. Like I said the other day, like, the team is they're all pointing the finger at each other because they know it's over. So now basically everybody's just, again, trying to save their own ass. I'm gonna highlight something, Tone, real quick, and not a comment. But did y'all watch any of the interviews, post-game interviews from yesterday?
Me, no. I didn't. I haven't. No.
No, I haven't gotten that far yet.
All right. So Tua Tagovailoa said yesterday, basically, let me see how I want to say it. He virtually said being 0-2, the season is not over. Right? That's what, like, he was trying to get at. I'm going to be honest. When you hear even the word season over, that's because they know it is.
Oh, yeah.
See what I'm saying, Tone? Because let me point out another team that's 0-2. That's the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they all spoke yesterday. I went back and because when I said this, I was like, damn, well, there's other 0-2 teams. Let me go see. Not one time did I hear any of those people mention the season being over. Because they don't believe it is. Now, Tua tried to clean it up again. Like I said, I don't want to believe the season is over. Those were his words. I don't want to believe the season is over. Well, if you don't want to believe it, why are you even saying it?
Facts.
What Tony has been telling y'all about leadership and stuff, a real leader says, hey, man, we're down bad right now, and I got to be better. I got to get my guys ready to go, and we'll be better next Thursday. You keep it pushing. That's what you say. For you to come out and say, I don't want to believe the season is over, again, bro, they're broken. Tone, I'm with you. Mike McDaniel went. We all know He went over everybody in that organization, straight up to Daddy Ross's office, and begged for Tua Tagovailoa to get that contract, and for Tua to sit his happy ass in front of that podium yesterday. And again, subliminally, like throwing subliminals at your coach, a guy that vouched for you, a guy that is always sitting up there and protecting you. Bro, it's a bad look, Tone. It is over. The players have turned on each other. The players have turned on the coaches. The coaches have turned on the players. Again, bro, all I'm waiting for is the end of this season so we can get to 2026, because I promise you one thing. This team will not look the same. All these players that we've known and loved and this and that, and we've had the hope over the couple of years. Oh, our window, bro, it was all fugazi. It was all for nothing. To answer your answer your question, Tone, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not surprised that, the quarterback and coach are having rifts. Remember, Tone, I told you. Remember, I've been saying this. Mike McDaniel likes Tua, but remember, Tone, I said it even before the season. That love fest between them is over.
Yep.
I told y'all, the happy-go-lucky, the kissing on the forehead. This again, I'm not saying he don't like Tua, but he don't love Tua like he did. And I think Tua's feeling the same way, and they both feel the pressure, and it's over. Again, bro, like all they're doing is pointing the blame, pointing fingers, and that's what happens when people are trying to save their asses and save their jobs. That's what it is.
And I would like to end this by saying, well, not in it, but listen, I'm glad you pointed that out, because there was one interview I watched, because I saw bits and pieces of what Mike McDaniel said and bits and pieces of what Tua said. But you know which one pointed out? My favorite player on this team at this moment is Achane, right? You know what caught my eye? Achane say, the way we went out to play, it's not going to get the job done up there in Buffalo. Even with his performance, he understands that. But what caught my attention is when he said, we don't want to go up there and get blowed out. He didn't say lose. He said, we don't want to go up there and get blowed out. So in his mind, he understands the team that he's facing, and he understands the team that he's on. And with their performances, he understands we have an opportunity to go up there and get embarrassed with the way that we perform. And I'll end it like this. And this is me giving my thoughts on what I think about this team. When I say I need you to show up the most, right? Fourth quarter, right? We'll say fourth quarter is the time you need your team the most. We can forget about the first three quarters. For the people that's out there saying that the problem with the defense, let's get two things straight. First of all, they only gave up 30. They didn't give up 33 points. They gave up 26. It was a kickoff return. Don't forget about that. So they gave up 26. Second of all, 3 of those 26 came in the fourth quarter, and that was when they were put in bad position. The team that they got, the offense got the ball in scoring position, in field goal range. So in that fourth quarter, that team only gave up 3 points, and the only 3 points they gave up is because our quarterback threw an interception to put that team in position. So if we want to really talk some ball, if we want to really talk about complimentary football, I'm not going to blame a team that gave up 23 points, right? And then the 26 point came because you was put in a bad position. So I think y'all confusing and thinking that the defense gave up that punt return. That kickoff return. No, that was special teams. That defense, after starting off horrendous, bared down and gave you 2 key stops in a pivotal game that's where you needed them the most. Now tell me what the offense did in the fourth quarter. I'll wait. So who showed up more in the crunch time? When the going gets tough and when you get in them clutch moments, who showed up? Unfortunately, y'all can't say the offense did. And I have an argument just based on how the game unfolded to say the defense is the only unit that showed up in the clutch. In crunch time, they showed up. No matter how terrible they played, I have more of an argument to say, well, at least they showed up at this point in the times you need them the most. That's all I'm saying. We got to look at it objectively and not say, oh, I hope Tua do well, so I'm going to point out everything he did well. Because that's nitpicking, and we could go back and forth. But let's keep it real, and let's really look at the game and say, based on how the game unfolded, man, can we really blame the defense for what they did in the fourth quarter? My answer would be no. What about you and just you and Lou? What about y'all? In the fourth quarter, are we blaming the defense for how they played? If y'all go back and look.
I'm not, but I told you I'm not blaming the defense really at all. To be honest, it don't matter. How many points did they score? 33.
The Patriots, but the defense only gave up 26 of those 33.
That's what I'm saying. So no, bro, again, 26 points in the league. I know it sounds like a lot. I think Kansas City last year, and they played in the Super Bowl, was average giving up like 24.
Right. Yeah. And then 3 of those, think about it. Like I just said, 3 of those came because the offense was they got the ball on the 38-yard line.
Exactly. Again, bro, like this is an offensive game. Giving up 20 plus points is going to be like the league average. Like, bro, it's just not good enough offensively. It's not good specifically from our quarterback. It's not good. So no, again, there's good and bad in between every fucking game. But teams ultimately, when a game is close like that, they want the ball in their best players' hands. Unfortunately for us, our best players, at least from an organizational standpoint, where they believe it's the Tyreek Hills, it's the Devon A. Chains, it's the Tua Tagovailoas, and they failed yesterday. With a chance to win. Again, bro, like, I don't know how I got to keep saying it. Everything else was bad. The Dolphins had a chance to win down 6 with their best unit on the field, and they failed. Period. Like in Indianapolis, Tone, we didn't have this argument week 1 because there's nothing the offense could have did. Right? They got blitzed. They were down early. They kept scoring. Cool. But yesterday, they had a chance to win the game. And they did it. Period. And you highlighted it earlier, Tone. 2 drives in the fourth quarter, the Dolphins gave up 3 points. So in the fourth quarter, when the Dolphins needed their defense the most, their defense stepped up. Now, when the offense needed, when the defense needed their offense to step up in the fourth quarter, what happened?
They didn't do nothing.
Okay, cool. So who are we blaming?
These are the hard questions that we have to ask. Because unfortunately, we have people that just, what they try to blame us for, that's what they're actually doing. They're trying to, blame the defense. They're trying to blame everything else. But if we look at the game, if it's just a game of football, I mean, what did you want them to do? I'm just trying to figure out. And it was 3 drives in the fourth quarter, Lou. 3 drives in the fourth quarter, and they only gave up 3 points. And the only point they gave, like I said, is when Tua threw that interception and gave the Patriots the ball in our territory already. So they was already in field goal range. Okay. And they stood up.
Perfect.
So that's all I'm gonna say. Right? Listen, man, appreciate it. Jess, you got anything else before we get up out of here?
No.
Listen,
I'm content right now.
God damn it, I like the way you do business.
Sorry, I missed in the chat today.
Jess, let me ask you a question. Are you going to predict another Another Dolphin victory?
No, absolutely not. Not definitely not for Thursday. No.
Hey, I didn't know if y'all noticed though, but we do have breaking like news or breaking footage of Tua in the locker room after yesterday's game.
Go ahead.
Him, her, him, bodies.
Oh, we playing you know what? You right. And
boy was in there blaming everybody and his mama yesterday for the loss.
And I got the video of Tua's answer when they asked him, is he going to take full accountability for his play?
No, sir. Not me.
Hey, listen, man. It's still 47 of y'all in the building. We appreciate
No. I cannot I'm telling you right now. Tua Tagovailoa talked to Stephen Ross yesterday and said, Stephen Ross, man, did you see that defense? And Stephen Ross told him,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
But Stephen Ross, you don't understand. Did you see A-Chain ran out of bounds? I threw the touchdown pass.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Stephen Ross, Mike McDaniel don't like me no more. What am I supposed to do?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
All right, I'm done. Hey, that's what Stephen Ross is basically telling everybody, Tom. He don't care no more. Get it done or get up out of here. That is a fact.
Yeah, man. So listen, man, if y'all don't have anything else, shout out to y'all, man. Listen, we appreciate y'all every time rocking with us. Y'all know where to come get this good content. And we got the best chat in the building. Shout out to the two. I seen Mike Williams and Mark in there. Shout out to y'all. Hope y'all subscribe. Dame, we seen y'all. Billy, Q, always standing 10 toes down. Crypto, I see you still in True Fin Fan. Listen, man. Shout out to you, King Mill. Who else we got in there? Mudbone, we seen y'all. Listen, all the people that always rock with a Game Boy 305, you always on my neck. But shout out to you too. Shake Money in the building. Man, listen, we appreciate y'all. Y'all know how we get down over here. No fluff, straight truth, cold hard facts. Lou,
on my neck is wild. Hey, yo.
God, yo. Hey, can you get us out of here? Can you get us out of here?
Hey, man, this has been the Monday episode of the Blitz.
Subscribe. My bad.
Hey, hit the like, subscribe for your boy AO on the top of the screen, for Jess, for your boy, for the producer in the back again. Blitz Pickup. We'll see y'all Wednesday for the Eye in the Sky Don't Lie film breakdown. Y'all know what it is. And if you don't know,